This is lecture number 2. In this lecture, the outline is something like this. I will discuss about the introduction of fiber optic communication, need of fiber optic communication, why fiber optic communication is at all required, history of optical communication, electromagnetic spectrum and optical frequency, where you know that in the electromagnetic spectrum the optical frequency is in the range of 10 raised to power 13 to 10 raised to power 14. That is the order of terahertz frequency which is used for the purpose of communication, and at such a high frequency the available bandwidth is too much, and therefore we wanted to take the advantage of this high available bandwidth at high frequency. The bandwidth, as you know, the bandwidth is proportional to the operating frequency. Therefore we are operating at very high frequency, the available bandwidth is too much, and then we have to evolve a procedure whereby we can take this high bandwidth of the available at the optical frequency. Then I will talk about the advantages of fiber optic communication in comparison with other medias. For example, the coaxial cable, microwave and satellite communication. What are the advantages of the fiber optic communication, and in particular what is previously being used as a predominant telecommunication medium as copper cable. In comparison to that, what are the advantages offered by the fiber optic communication? In the fiber optic communication, the advantage is in terms of the high bandwidth because of the high operating frequency, then light in weight, small in dimension, then since it is dielectric material, the glass fiber is used, it is a dielectric material, and the because of the dielectric nature, it is immune to electromagnetic interferences. Therefore that is not, then it is highly secured because the fiber optic communication cannot be trapped, cannot be taped in any way, and therefore the signal cannot be taped from it, and therefore it is considered as one of the most secured transmission protocol transmission method. Then I will discuss about the fiber optic communication in order to establish a link. What are the elements which are required right from the starting end, sending end, to the receiving end? Say for example, we require the source of the light. There are laser and LED source which are predominantly used for purpose of the fiber optic source. Then after that, we in order to make a transmitter out of the source, we need some additional circuitry which converts the electrical pulses to the light pulses, and which then can be propagated through the fiber. Then comes the coupling mechanism through which the light can be coupled to the fiber. Then we have got fiber. After the fiber, at the receiving end, we have the receiver which can detect the light and convert it into the proportional electrical signal that can be detected, and the original sent information that can be recovered from the received signal. So these basically constitute the fiber optic link. Then this different transmission medias which were in use before the fiber optic communication was used. So we will see the characteristics of twisted pair, coaxial cable, microwave, satellite communication, their operating frequency, available bandwidth, and the losses. In terms of that, we will see the operating mechanism for all this transmission medium, and we will compare it with the fiber optic communication.